What's happening, happy people? As always, Kamake Kamakawa. I go by the name Maxi Daniel, aka Charlie Mrembo, aka the richest person alive, aka, you know, all the nice AKAs alive. So today I don't have anyone on set with me. I am just here in a hotel because I had to work, yeah. But also having to work, I have to like keep you guys also entertained, educated, um, and all the nice things. So today I am basically going to do a story time on how bad I got into suicidal thoughts and suicidal attempts, and yeah. So some 2 years ago. Actually, I was talking about this with Sharon and with a friend of mine called Diana. We call her D. And I was telling them how bad this broke me. And then I said, why shouldn't I talk to you guys about it? And by there, there's a segment on my status segment where I do story time, about random stuff that have happened to me in the past or are happening to me and all that. And as I always say, I'm still a patient of anxiety, so sometimes I get really anxious and all that, and I sort it out. I'm not in any form of meds, but I'm under therapy. Yeah. So yeah. This was 2 years ago. Uh, yeah, basically 2 years ago. I get into a relationship, then we broke up. It was a weird kind of breakup. It was no one really knew why the other was breaking up with the other. Yeah. So it was just a almost 1 year relationship that was dead on arrival, if that is the right way to put it. So after I didn't get closure, I didn't get closure, so I got into depression because at that time, it was the same time that my house got robbed twice in a row. I just moved to a certain area for like a year. Then they robbed my house. So when I went to work in Moranga, yes, around Mount Kenya, the thieves again broke into my house and literally stole everything, including adi chakula kidogo nilibakisha. Anyway, so so I was devastated. I was actually very stressed, and uh, I was stressed. Plus, now this person broke up with me, so it became a little bit extra. So I dived literally into depression, and it did wonders to my system. So by the time I was actually moving from the place that I was robbed to another place, I had been financially strained. I didn't have food. I didn't have anything. I even borrowed the rent that I was moving, like the way I was moving out from this house to the other. I had to like borrow. Sorry about that. I had to like borrow rent from one house to the other. You see, so it's it was crazy. So this one time, I'm just there, and I'm really in a bad shape, and I want to. I'm like, this is the end for me. This is just the end. I don't want anything to do with myself because I had gone through so much in terms of um, the person that I broke up with. When I moved to the new place, they also moved to the same place. So I would see this person and I would feel so bad about myself. And they were already in a new relationship and I had not moved on shit. So it was really bad. And at that time, I was staying with a friend of mine, a male friend of mine. So it became chaotic. It was like, why was I staying with a man? And then I had claimed that I had not moved on. You see, so it was just chaotic. So this one brought me down so bad. By the salute to Janet and Diana for like holding it down for me at that moment. Sharon was quite away, so but it was crazy. It was almost the same time when I didn't have a job, things were not working out for me, and it was just bad. Yeah. So I decided on suicide because I felt this was the only way to end all this suffering. This was the only way to end all this pain and these frustrations and these sad emotions and everything. I felt this was the last for me and that I was not ready at any point to proceed beyond that day. Luckily, a friend of mine called me. His name is TJ Janabi Putrambaka. He's a poet, an incredible one. You should check him out on YouTube, by the way. He gave me a call and he was like, "What are you doing?" Then I jokingly said, because I had already planned the whole way of death. Then he called me, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm about to die. I'm about to commit suicide. I'm about to not commit suicide. I'm about to die from suicide. And then he said, "Wait, what?" Then he talked to me and all that. And you know how people can be really, empathetic and sympathetic and all that. And he got himself into my shoes and I got into his. And we managed to get me out of that episode. But for me, after that experience, I knew how suicide works is very crazy. I have even my bag here today. I want to give you the concept of suicide and how it works and how crazy it can get. So, like, for example, this is a bottle, whether it's full of water up to the neck. So, this bottle of water, the more I put water into it, the more the pressure in increase. You understand? So if I add more water and add it, eventually, if it is something that can blow up, it blows up. So that is basically how suicide works. Yeah, people just add up things into you. They add up things onto you, and they add up and they add up, and eventually it blows up. So thank you all so much for listening to me. I'll definitely talk to you guys some more about this, and I have to go to work. I love you guys so much. I'll explain more stories about me on Storytime, even on my status, even here. I'll be doing more story times here. So thank you all so much. You have yourself a wonderful time. I have to go back to work. This was my lunch break. I have to go back to work. I love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for holding it down for us. We are doing Letter Change. Letter Change, you should check out my social media platforms. There's a Letter Change, a charity drive. We need you to support, and also buy our merchandise. You know, if you buy one T-shirt, 100 bob goes to buy 2 books for the children at the children's home. I love you guys so much. Never forget that. And please, when it hurts, let it hurt. When you want to cry, please cry. At the end of the day, it's for your own good. Is that okay? Bye. Love you so much.